there is a serious issue, a scourge of society which should be addressed here, ladies and gentlemen, mainly among the fantasy community, and that is racism. And no, I'm not talking about the racism that the Reddit tards subsist in so frequently it makes me want to malice them with a shoehorn. And yes, I'm being serious. I'm sorry, I had to get that out of the way. I really get annoyed with people who obsess over race. Like, I thought we were past this, and now they're trying to brand into fantasy. Like, it's fantasy. If I could borrow from Epic Brat Bow's depiction of Tolkien, the genre is called fantasy. It's supposed to be unrealistic, you douchebags. But yeah, no. I would think after all the time that's moved on since the Civil Rights era, when we allegedly had gotten equality, despite, well, we did. Racism was dying, and it's been kept on life support by race hustlers and Al Sharpton. And then sexism was similarly almost out the door. Then, well, never mind. That was never out the door. The feminists were never going to allow that. But anyway. But then, as soon as you think we're done with that, some dipshits come out and try to then shit on dead men in books. Like that one bitch who tried to claim that orcs, and that one whatever author tried to claim orcs are black people. Which, by the way, I don't know how you're seeing that. Because whenever I look at orcs, I don't see black people. And whenever I've heard people describe the cultures that orcs are similar to, they don't sound African. They sound Germanic or Mongolish. So, yeah, I'm looking at you Spurgers in a very cautious light. Like, the only way I can see you making, like, because the words to describe orcs are, like, savage. So, if you're looking at that and you see a black person, that says a few unpleasant things, like, I don't know, maybe you wear your bed sheets during nightly social gatherings, or you vote Democrat. Just kidding, of course, to the Democrats who see this. Well, the sane Democrats, the crazy ones can eat a dick. No, they can eat a bag of dicks. Like, there was a time, and also, racism, even if there is racism in fantasy, which there is, and I'm fine with it, in fact, I want more of it, because it's at least funny, racism is something that will always exist on some level. You can't get rid of it. Like, even if hypothetically all the races married together and became one race, or a few of the races disappeared, they would still be able to hold in prejudice. You know, I know this. They would then do a DNA test to find out how much he was black, how much he was white, Hispanic, whatever, and decide, okay, I'm going to be prejudiced against you because you have more black or white than black. We know this because people want statistics all the time. Like, I remember someone jokingly said when the government was probably at risk of telling us about actual alien stuff, he said, like, you know what's going to happen? They're going to demand a statistic to see how many black people have been probed, to see if it was equally probed. And then they want to make sure it's more than white people. Or less than white people. Because, fuck whitey. It's like that. You can't get rid of it. In fact, racism in fantasy does make some sense logically. Even though I think logic should be very divorced from fantasy, because it kind of kills the craziness. It wouldn't make sense. Like, you think when the blacks and whites met, they were singing Kumbaya right away? No. Fuck no. I'm pretty sure if humanity found the Tao of real life, yeah, we would be making very unflattering terms for each other. Like, yeah, no, it's not that bad. And also, so yeah, if we met another race, that would probably, like, us having unflattering nicknames for them is the least of their concerns. And by that I mean the non-humans. Humanity will push their shit in. Because fuck them Xenos. And them knife ears. Like, Pelin Whitestripe didn't kill enough of them. He didn't unalive enough of them. And I will die on that hill. Fuck them high elf douchebags. Especially the Thalmor, they're assholes. I mean, in general, high elves are assholes, but that's beside the point. And yes, I'm generalizing. Like, racism in fantasy is kind of funny. Like, I don't even know all of the derogatory terms, but I fucking love them. They're funny. Like, it's not like you're saying the word, let me see what's a good one. It's not like I'm accusing a black guy of enjoying picking cotton. You can play with your imagination of what that means. It's not like I'm saying that. I'm just saying that, like, usually the terms are made up and kind of funny. Hell, even when it's about people from a continent or an island who have the similar skin color, they're still funny to listen to. Like, they'll call them continentals or some shit. Like, Jesus. Like, these Reddit tards, these Sig Marxists, the douchebags who go around trying to inject reality into everything, yeah, no, I invoke the normie solution for them, which is to treat them with the hospitality of, well, yeah, of a white guy in South Africa minus the unsavory parts. Because fuck them. They're assholes. They kill fun. They make me and my fellow buzzkills look bad. Actually, no, they're worse. They're killjoys. They're the worst variant of killjoy. You know how I know this? They see you having fun, and they look for ways to ruin it. Kind of like your modern politician. Because they need to justify staying in office. And I have no idea where else I was going to go with this, because what I posted is a blog, and this are supposed to be different. But, yeah, no. This whole racism doesn't belong in... No, it belongs exactly in fantasy, motherfucker. 2. Fantasy used to be enjoyed by people who had emotional maturity after high school. Unfortunately, these fuckers stopped growing up after middle school, because... much like Adam Sessler, they have the emotional maturity of a middle schooler, and by that I mean a 7th grader. Or 6th grader at best. Like, there you're like the French fagaloon working on Shadows, who has a quote-unquote mindfulness app. Yeah, no, that's all I need to hear. These people should have been slapped in the head at least once. I'm guessing Daddy left for a pack of cigarettes one night and never came back, because no dad in his right mind who actually cares about how his kid acts would have kids that end up like this. At least I would hope so. Or not end up like Alyssa McCunty. I reserve the right for her to be called that at least once. And, yeah, no, fantasy is supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be entertainment, kind of like comedy. Comedy, wherever society is going, comedy should be going in the opposite direction and making fun of society, because fuck society. We live in a society of killjoys and emotionally fragile snowflakes. No, you know what? Not even snowflakes. Snowflakes are actually pretty to look at. Morons. We live in a society of morons, and the more I see the society, the more I think Robert E. Howard and Conan the Barbarian were right about civilization and how it's a farce, a joke, and worst of all, I wouldn't exist outside of it. Like, I would not last 2 seconds. Kind of like I wouldn't last 2 seconds in the zombie apocalypse, so... yeah, fuck it. And also, racism does not need to be in fantasy stories, although if the author decides, yeah, I want there to be a racist character, that is his prerogative. He has every fucking right to do it, so fuck you goblins for bitching and moaning. Hell, Goblin Slayer would technically be considered a racist character. The difference is, he has a legitimate reason to be that way. Actually, no, some racist people probably do have what they would see as legitimate reasons for having those views, but that's beside the point. Like, Goblin Slayer is somewhat of a... could be considered a racist character. Like, he hates goblins because they're well, actually, that's a lie. He hates goblins because they're vile, deviant fiends and degenerates who do awful things to women and girls, and probably boys. And lady boys. And whatever. But at least with him, he has said, like, look, I'm not saying there isn't a good goblin out there, but I'd rather be safe than sorry until I find one. So, yeah, fuck that. Fuck this. Also, the people who spurg out about racism, they get upset by the little... like, I'm pretty sure the idea of chess offends them, because, I don't know, white moves first, or the bishop moves vertically on the right and left, so they would probably accuse that of being, I don't know, bisexual. Like, there's lots of dumb things they can make up. I would bet, and I remember, like, Weaponized Nerd Rage pointed that out one time with that chess bit. Like, yeah, and that's how stupid these people are. These are morons. Mental midgets. And... again, these are people who, if you told me they were bullied in high school, I want to go back in time and find their bully and say, you didn't bully them enough. Either that, or they were the popular bitches in school who never grew up after high school. And I think that's where I'm going to end my sentiment on this whole subject of fantasy should have the right to be racist. It should have the right to have the option. Options are good. We live in the United States of fucking America and Earth, not the People's Republic of Russia or China or the Soviet Union or whatever. This is not the People's Republic of Earth. Fuck communism, fuck these Sig Marxist knockoff jagoffs. Fuck all of them. And fuck social justice, because these jagoffs also ruin that, because that probably used to be a cool thing, or at least tolerable. Now it's not even that. These red decade jagoff humpers. these pisshead goblins can go fuck themselves. And that's my Senate. That is, I think I've dragged this out long enough. Have a nice day, and Yima Ohid and all that.